Hello YouTube, this is Callum from English Shooting and I'm going to answer a very common shotgun question. Now this is purely based on my opinion, so if you disagree with me, please leave a comment below and tell me why you disagree with me. If you agree with me, great. If you don't know, then I hope this gives you some sort of answer or guidance on what you should do. So this question is, should you shoot with one eye open or both eyes open? This is when you're doing any sort of shotgun shooting. Now, when people teach you to use shotguns, they kind of teach you not to aim it like you would a rifle. You get a natural kind of line of sight, you follow the target, and it's a very natural process. It's a very intuitive process. You don't point it like you do a rifle. And the majority of people will tell you to shoot with both eyes open, because if you're going to aim it, you use your one eye like you would a rifle, but with a shotgun, they say to use both eyes so that you can see the whole field of view. You can see the clay coming in, you can then follow it, and you've got a much wider view, and it makes it a much more natural process. And I remember somebody explaining it to me. It goes back to the caveman days. If you pick up a stone and you go to throw it at something, you instinctively throw in front of it. You don't throw at it, you throw in front of it, because your brain knows that object is moving, that prey is moving, so you're going to have to throw ahead of it. And shooting with two eyes allows you to get that wider view. So the majority of people will say two eyes open. You shoot with both eyes open, and you don't point the shotgun. So how do I shoot? Well, that's kind of how I was taught, that's how I've learned, and that's how I do find it most naturally. But there are some shots that I do find a lot easier to do with one eye closed. That's more kind of vertical, no kind of side movement, but kind of up and down or very straight towards you targets, where there's very little movement in the gun. I do find it just to put that white dot on the end of the barrel on the target, shut one eye and shoot it like I would if I was using a scope. But this is how I find it. This is what is natural to me, and this is what is going to be my answer. I wouldn't advise straight away, if you're beginning, just to go, oh, I'm going to shoot with one eye. That's how I've done it with air rifles. That's how I've done it with rifles. I'm just going to shoot with one eye. That's what I'm used to. I would recommend using both eyes, and I would really recommend kind of switching between the two and finding out what works best for you, because I feel that's what shotguns are primarily about. It's all about the individual shooter. What one person or how one person will shoot will be completely wrong for the next person. It's just like the guns themselves. Rifles aren't very personal. One person can pick up a rifle and make a few tweaks on the scope, and if it's got an adjustable stock, make a few adjustments on that, but pretty much anyone can pick up a rifle and shoot the same as the next person with it. But shotguns, if you have the wrong shotgun for the wrong person, because it's a very natural process and a very intuitive process, it's going to throw it off. It's going to throw you off completely. And this is why I find that if you say to someone, do it with both eyes open, and they are just genuinely better with one eye, you're hindering them. It doesn't work very well for them. So when I'm taking new people out, I do say it's genuinely better to shoot with two eyes, but actually, if you're hitting the clays with one eye closed, do it with one eye. At the end of the day, my friends aren't going out to become the next, Olympic champions. They're not going out to become, shotgun champions out there. They're going out to hit a few clays and to have a good time. And if I'm being too harsh on them on proper technique, and it's too much for them and they end up missing clays because of it, I'd rather them hit clays with the wrong technique than not hit any clays at all. So please do try both. Please do try and find what works best for you. As I said, two eyes happens to work best for me most of the time. Just a couple of shots or a couple of types of shots that I find one eye closed, but someone may be completely different. It's completely down to you. As always, thank you very much for watching. I hope this has helped, and I hope to see you soon.